afternoon. Hello. I'm very happy to present you with our new concept, the circular store. We have also international companies working with. We would like to move the focus from incineration to residues that we try to create the highest possible use for material use, different, we try to extract enzymes and so on, and I would like to present you with that. So this is the ideal way of production. So we have a resource, we start producing, we produce a product, we have a residue, and that goes back to the cycle. Harmonious, smooth, circular cycle. Everybody is happy, and this is under complex, of course. It looks more like this. You have production, a product, the product is part of a new product, recycling of residues, processes, and everywhere we have material flows, energy flow that go out of the system. Incineration, waste. In the biogene area, a lot of residue goes on the field or stays on the field. And we take a look at this type of material flow, analyze them, and try to reintroduce everything into a circular cycle. How do we do that? I would like to present you with 3 options how we approach things in our circular store. The first approach is rather simple. We provide a platform for the material. So for example, for your new production, for your design, for your development, for your laboratory, you look for feedstock that you would like to test. And you come to our page, to our platform, you see the different categories that we provide: granulates, powders, maritime feedstock, wood chip products, but also services. And here you find, for example, our cherry pomace, our apricot stone shell, ground shell powder. So a large variety of products that you can buy from us. And people approach us, companies approach us, and many customers approach us with 10 or 15 ideas that are pretty much the same. Coffee, coffee residues. Everybody wants to have coffee residue. It sounds great. It's a very urban thing, And we try to open the horizon. What else can you use? What else is available? A feedstock that might even fit your product better or your idea. Because basically everybody, works in their own silo. If I'm in my own laboratory, I don't know what happens in the fruit jam factory next door. So at the circular store, we try to open horizons with regard to raw material and feedstock. So this is all about finding 10 to 15 different products, different grades of grinding, different ways of processing, and we send them to our customers. We have an exchange with them, take a look what matches your idea better, and this is how we further develop things. And hopefully at the very end, we set up a feedstock flow that feeds the supply to the customer, a product sometimes that a customer did not know of before. We optimize the drying processes and set up a smooth feedstock supply with a great product as a result. That's the first approach. Second approach that increased in volume during past years. At the very beginning of a concept of a project, we are part of consulting, of setting up the idea and the concept. What does that mean? In Schleswig-Holstein, for example, one of the Länder of Germany, There is the climate farm with 400 hectares of agricultural area where people try to find new crops, baludi cultures, testing new technologies. And we have been included right from the first moment, and we contribute with our 15 years experience in agriculture and trade. So we try to make sure that residue is not produced in the first place. And we try to include in the overall cycle feedstock and material that is of high quality and does not produce residue. And then we recultivate, for example, seagrass meadows in the Baltic Seas. A wonderful project, crazy project with wonderful people. Geomar is part of the troop. How can you cultivate seagrass meadows in the first place? How does this plant grow? Can we sell climate certificates, credits for it? ThyssenKrupp is part of the deal. They want to harvest meadows at the end of the day, and we want to have floating meadows, floating grass, and that should be harvested also with underwater robots. And so we take care of the use of the seagrass. We establish and develop concepts for usage. And again, we have been involved in the project from the very beginning on. And yet a third project that might be interesting also is the cultivation of commercial hemp. This is not a revolution. We know that from other areas. We have a major network in this area, 30 to 40 farmers who want to broaden their portfolio and want to enable for commercial hemp cultivation. And we support in this area, we support them in sales, as well as development of synergies among the network of farmers. And we try to support things and foster things. So we consult right from the first moment, consulting for projects to make sure that we don't have loose ends at the end. Third part. Our third part is product development. All of us know very well, if a great feedstock is available, if you don't turn it into a product, it is going to be difficult to sell it. And this is biochar. So we took a closer look at biochar as well. We started with fodder char. The feedback was we would like to give it to the animals. And so we started with pellets with different flavors. You may use it also as tea. So we familiarized ourselves with the world of biochar pelleting, optimizing the handleability of the products. And our largest project together with our partners from Berlin is the company Wundergarten. It's the Wunder Erde. So soil for the garden, including biochar, in order to make sure that people who just go to the regular grocery store or do-it-yourself stores buying soil for their gardens, to make sure that we promote biochar among those people, to make sure that people can get to know these products. And the last product that I would like to dwell on in detail is our seed pill. The seed pill was developed in-house together with our partners, but usually we develop things with external partners, and the seed pill has been developed first of all at Schierbecker, which is the mother company of the circular store. My boss, Torben Schierbecker, was on his seed machine and was working on the field, and he was working with a special type of seed. So he was working with valerian seeds, and if you know valerian seeds, you know that they are very difficult to sow. And so my boss said, we need an approach, we need a coating, and this is what it looks like. These are nice colors for agriculture, and our customer said we don't want to have fungicide, pesticides. We're happy if you coat, but please do it in an ecological way. And Torben thought we could do that with biochar. Maybe we can add a biochar coat to the seeds to make it easier to sow the seeds. So this is how we came up with the seed pills. First of all, we had to find the appropriate plant providing for the right type of coating. And the problem was that they did not they did not grow because the seeds were not able to open the coat. So we were not able to have the seeds sprout. So that was the first problem we encountered, because the coat was too thick. This is the Plöner See on top right in Schleswig-Holstein, and the University of Kiel is building a sewage plant there, and we thought, okay, let's do something with them. Let's add some nutrients there, and just nutrients is not something we are too fond of. So together with the university that sets up the sewage plant there, so the algae that come from the pond, we integrated those algae in our seed pill, and we integrated them in terms of a nutrient that we add to the pill. And currently we are working also with patents in seed pills. We have a couple of patents that are ongoing. We're working with the University of Kiel. So sprouting is working well now. We added a different substance to make sure that the seeds can sprout despite the coating. And you are probably familiar with how much time it takes to convince people in the agricultural market of a product. So apart from agriculture, we are working with a partner in Berlin, trying to introducing things also in the do-it-yourself store. So as of next year, you can probably buy seed pills coated with biochar for the use on your own balcony. So that is our own product development. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you, Mr. Storm. Are there questions to Mr. Storm? Let me start. We heard again and again that biochar can hinder the sprouting of seeds. So is it good to use this type of coats? Did you use different materials to take care of the inhibition of the restraint with regard to sprouting? We didn't see any negative impact in our growth test. So it bursts open, that works well. you know, that type of seeds grow similarly to other seeds. So it starts sprouting. You know, there's a distance between the coat and the coating and the seed. So the restraint is not a problem.